Hi, how's your week been? It's Darren Boettcher from the agency again. Last week we spoke about rents. How big a change was that? Just a little increase in your rent to get it to market value, if it's not, can make so many changes. This week we're going to talk about professional photography. First impressions count. Don't forget, you don't get a second chance to make a first impression. And this is what tenants will be looking at when they come to your property and view your property. Having professional photography is so much more beneficial. The stats from the internet are huge, absolutely huge, out of this world compared to people and properties that don't have professional photography. Why does it work? Well, it enhances your property better because it's professionally done. And floor plans, it's like 80+% of people want to see a floor plan. If they don't, they move on to the next property. And the drone photography, looking down, showing the boundaries of your property, and also saying, oh, there's the school, there's the church, there's the park, there's the bus stop, there's the shopping centre. You know, all these things help, and it attracts more and more inquiry. You have to understand, when you're trying to rent your property, the last thing you want to do is have it vacant for 1, 2, 3, 4 weeks. Yeah, the market is really good, but there's still properties out there that are sitting there on the market. And you, as an owner, as an investor, you should be asking your agent, why is it like this? Why is it like that? Because at the end of the day, it's your financial future, and every week it's costing you money. Here at the agency, we really endorse having professional photography, because what can happen is when the tenant's in the property and then you have to list the property for rent and put it on the internet, you could be using a photo of their land room with their lounge or their TV. At the end of the day, that may not be beneficial for you when you're trying to increase the rent and people look at the photos and judge your home just on the photos. So when the property's vacant, we always try to get professional photography, and that way we can use it in between tenancies over time, as long as the property's still in the same condition. And then that really enhances for you to get your maximum market rent for your property and get it rented fast as we can. And the last thing we want to see, and I see it on the internet all the time, the photos are slots are this big on the internet, and you've got these little photos that they're not in sync with the size, and they're tipped up the other way. And then you might have the property manager taking photos on their iPhone. It's a very dark room, and they take a photo of a corner of a wall. And then you might have one where the sun was shining in the wrong spot, and it's too sunny, and it's got glare across it all. And then you stand at the front and all you see is a garage door. Sometimes wheelie bins are in there. The lawns aren't looked after. There could be a bit of rubbish in the corner. All these things add up about this impression that I was just talking about earlier. You have to make sure that you have the best looking property, because if you go on the internet, right, at Brassel at the moment, when I looked at how many's for sale, for rent out there, there's probably over 30. So what is going to put your property at number one? Or are you just in the queue? Talk to your property manager, or talk to me if you're not happy with the way they're promoting your property, because if you scroll through properties on any suburb, you'll see multiple agents are doing different things. And there's some great agents out there doing the right thing for you. And that's how it should be. Making sure your property looks the best it can for you, because it's your property. And then when your property's not rented quick enough, what are your feedback from the agent? What are they telling you? Is it really them, or is it the tenants, or is it just the market? Because the market is really good. They should be renting and should be getting lots of applications. It could be the way your property is promoted, because that's how people see it. And then, you know, when they come to your property and they pull up, the last thing you want is wheelie bins or rubbish or lawns not made, because it creates a negative vibe. You want that positive vibe which reflects the photos, because they've come to your property for a reason. They want to look at your property because they've seen it on the internet, and whatever they've seen on the internet has attracted them to your property. So when they come to your property, that positive vibe needs to carry on through when they inspect the house. And then at the end of the day, it could lead to more applications and better quality applications, because applications can vary. You want the best tenant for your property in the shortest amount of time. You want to be at the top of the list, not in a queue. If you'd like to have a chat about your property, or you want some advice, just reach out. I'm here to help, happy to help. Thanks for listening, and we'll talk again next week.